the first questions are sort of around best practice. So for the professionals in the room, we thought we'd sort of run through some questions that professionals sometimes come to us with. Okay, so number one, what do I do if I think a child is at risk of being taken out of school? Now, this may be the case for a number of reasons. It may be that you have a GRT child in your school and the family travels quite a lot. It may be that they're coming up to sort of the end of primary school and you're unsure on whether they're going to carry on into high school. You have reason to believe that that child may stop attending. So Claire, what can professionals do in this situation?
Okay. So first of all, I think it was quite interesting that the word risk was used, which is a very legal way to start off answering a question. I apologise for that. And the reason I say that is because all parents have the right to educate their children at home if they want to. There's a bit of discussion going around about that at the moment, and it is something to keep an eye on, because there is a feeling that, and this is wide across the whole education community, okay, this is not specifically linked to issues around GRT children, that there are concerns about some children being taken out of school and that there's no real regulation of it. So I can't say the situation is going to stay as it is. I think at some point in the next period of time, when the government's got the space to do so, someone will have a look at it and things may change. But at the moment, if a parent decides that they want to take their child out of school, they are free to do so. However, having said that, obviously, if you're a teacher or a professional or anyone that works in a school and you have safeguarding concerns, which would be slightly different, that would be a concern about child safety or whatever, then there would be a process that you will have to follow, which should be flagged up to you in your school. You should have a safeguarding officer, things like that. So it's kind of, what is the risk? I think the first question is, what is the risk that you are thinking about? If you are concerned about safeguarding, that obviously you know that's very serious and you don't really pause for breath. You go and talk to whoever it is that you go and talk to about safeguarding issues. If it's just more wider than that, then you have to sort of, I think, put it in the context of the fact that parents do have the right to educate their child at home. Now, there's certain processes, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, because I know we're going to look at this later, that parents have to go through if they do decide to do that. And obviously, again, if you're a teacher and you have a child that isn't turning up to school and they're still on your role, you are still responsible for your child. So there's lots of ways in which the child could be at risk and things could flag up. But I think it's important to put it in that context of the Education Act and of parents and families having the right to educate their children at home, if that is the decision that they take.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really important point to make, is that is there a risk? Yes, they may be looking at being home educated, leaving school premises, but actually could that be better for the child, family? And how do you sort of evaluate that and step in? So yeah, brilliant.
Obviously, just to make it absolutely clear, if there is a safeguarding risk or you've got any concerns about that, absolutely follow whatever the process is in your school. Make sure that all the right people are contacted and do what you need to do. But that's just, safeguarding is really important.